is Google mom, Google dad, Google parents. Above all, fear your father and your mother. They are catching flights, they are not catching feelings. Bring your ear, bring your ear. Let me tell you, it is not. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Sarah here again, and I'm back. It's actually been a while since I sat down here to do a sit down video. I've been doing more of vlogs and just like out there videos, very few sit down videos, and I really missed like just talking to you guys on the camera. So yeah, I know this is a bit overdue, but we have hit 500 subscribers. I almost said 500,000. I wish. So yeah, we're officially 500 of us here. Actually more than that, but if we track back to when we actually reached the 500, we're officially 500 of us here, and that is a lot, and I'm so grateful, guys. This is part of the reasons why I've not filmed sit down videos. Can you hear the sound in the background? So yeah, like I said, we're officially 500, over 500 of us here, and I'm so grateful for you guys' support. What that means is we can actually hit the 1K subscribers before you know it. So if you keep on sharing the videos, liking, and telling other people about the channel, we will get to that goal. So I trust you guys to please hit on that subscribe button. If you're not yet subscribed, if you're already subscribed, please share the video, let other people get into this goodness. So yeah, let's get right into today's. Today we'll be addressing a controversial topic. Yes, old school versus new school parenting. So I know a lot of us are like new parents or are having parents for like a couple of years. So I don't think most of us are old school parents. Most of us are millennials and a few Gen Zs here and there. And yeah, we've recently come into this parenting field, and I wouldn't say we've been doing too badly, but based on today's comparisons, we'll know, is it the old school method or the new school method that's better? So yeah, keep on watching. The very first thing about old school parents is that they asked no questions. Like, they didn't question things. Things were just done because they just had to be done. Take an example. You know when like your mom comes from Mugwo, or like you have a question and then you call your mom or your dad and ask them about it. Maybe let us say the way they bathe babies, like the Nigerian way of bathing baby, the traditional way to carry the baby up, to do this, to do that, so many things, and then so many other things, different concoction that they want the mother to take or the baby to take. And when you ask, okay, why do we need to do this? It's almost like, how dare you question tradition? How dare you ask the reasons for or the reasons against tradition? It's just that way because it has to be. You realize that a lot of times we're not even able to pass down some positive or relevant aspects of traditions and culture because we don't know why. How will you be passing down something that you don't even understand? So what that means is we tend to now either talk against or advise against doing those methods because we don't have actual reasons for why this was being done. And if our old school parents had asked their own parents, or their parents had asked their own parents back, we'll actually have proper reasons as to why we do things the way we do them, and you'll be able to make proper decision as to, do I want to do it this way for my child or not? In contrast to that, new school parents, our surname, our middle name is Google mom, Google dad, Google parents. We ask all the questions. Question that need asking, we ask. Question that does not need asking, we still ask. A lot of times we are asking these questions to whom? To Google. We're not asking it to our parents, we're not asking it to our loved ones, we are asking Google. And what does Google do? It will give you heart attack. Let's say your baby is having a slight fever, the temperature is above 37.5, and then you just go on Google. You will fall down the pit of Google because we want to know everything. You start knowing things that you are not supposed to know, that will not make you sleep at night, that you will start overthinking. Most times it's a lot worse than it actually is. So yeah, it's a bit difficult for this particular one. Is it better to ask no questions or to ask all the questions. I think a good balance should be all right. I am of that school of asking 1 million questions. I want to know why I do things and the reason why things have to be done a particular way. Yeah, in trying to strike the balance between these two, there are some aspects where I don't necessarily question it. So for example, like the traditional bath, my baby had a traditional bath. I didn't do it. My mother-in-law's very close sister did it. I was there, my husband was there, we were both there, supervised everything, but I didn't necessarily question as to why they needed to use palm oil to wash off my baby that had actually been bathed in the hospital already. But story for another day. I didn't have to question all of that. Why? Because she wasn't ingesting anything. There was nothing they were putting in her mouth. If it is to put something in her mouth or something that will go underneath her skin, there is gonna be a problem. But in terms of like topical stuff, topical applications, is it not palm oil they used to rub her body? When I went to the hospital and we used Goya oil, what do they call that oil? It may not be an African thing, but it's still an oil. It's just an Oyibo accepted oil or the olive oil or whatever. So the palm oil is our own local oil. So I didn't necessarily feel like, oh, what is the need of using palm oil to wash the baby? Do I agree with them when they say, oh, if you don't do it, baby will not be clean? No. But I didn't think there was a need to like fight on that particular matter. So yeah, I kind of picked my battle and I let go the things that are a bit topical, things that cannot harm my baby, things that my baby is not going to ingest basically. Yeah, I kind of let go. The second point is that the old school parents, they raised us with the idea of fear. So the idea of parenting is this person or these people that should be feared. Above all, fear your father and your mother. You see how kids back in the days, like once you hear your father's horn, boom, hey, it's like all hell get loose. Everybody start running helter skelter. People that were watching TV go and pretend like they were reading their books, go and do this, go and do that. Most times we couldn't have open conversations with our parents. A lot of things that we actually had questions about, things that we were considering or that friends told us, or maybe things we were going through, weren't able to like express it to them because this fear was there, like, oh my god, I'd rather die than tell my parents, I'd rather this, I'd rather that. And I don't think that was the best, but I think to them respect was fear. I don't agree with that, but that was the old school way we were raised, or some of us, or most of us, they were operating on fear. Whilst on the other hand, new school parents are more on the communication aspect of things. So what we want is we want our kids to see us as their friend, to be able to open up to us, tell us every and anything. Is it always the best? Sometimes it's a bit of a blurred line where the kids can tend to sometimes become disrespectful and forget that the parent is still the authority in the household. You've become friends so much that they start thinking, okay, is he not my best friend? Dad, they talk to you anyhow at this. But I think it's just about getting the balance. I don't want my kids to fear me. I just want them to respect me. And I discuss this with my husband all the time. We must have open communication in our household. It's not just for the female kids, it's both the female and the male kids. I want all our kids to be able to tell us everything they're going through. They're thinking about doing something, we should be the first people they should come and ask, oh, how does this work? Or if I do this way, what can be the possible outcome? Because from a personal experience, I know what it feels like to not be able to communicate freely with your parents, and I would never want my kids to go through that. On this particular aspect, you can beg to differ. Leave in the comment section down below if you think otherwise, but I believe open communication is way better than raising kids solely based on fear. One, let us know in the comment section down below who has not experienced this thing. You know how when you were a kid, an uncle or an auntie, someone comes visiting, and when they are leaving, they give you money, or they give your mommy money for you. Where is that money? Where is that money? Can you trace that money? I know all of us joke about how we would have been millionaires if our parents gave us our money, this, that. Our old school parents, they chopped our money. Whichever money is being given to you, they will use it to do something else in the house. And when you ask them, oh, what about my money? They'll tell you, The clothes you're wearing, how do you think you bought it? The slippers or the shoe or the school bag, they'll shall use a reason. The food you're eating, as if they did, if that uncle or that auntie didn't give you that money, you will not eat food, you will not wear clothes, you will not wear shoe. It is well, no, it is well. Old school parents, it is well. To be honest, my parents tried a little bit. I know I had access to some of this money. By the time it stays more than 1 month, 2 months, forget it. Let's say they just gave you money now and it's like a bulk amount of money. They won't give me, they will keep it. So anytime I need out of it, they will give me. Not anytime, sometimes you have to come and defend project as to why you deserve to take maybe 5,000 out of the 50k they give you. Serious project defense. But yeah, you will get some of it. Then by the time 1 month, 2 months has passed, they'll start telling you, and that your money, it has finished since now. It has finished. It has not finished. But it has finished. Whilst on the other hand, new school parents, which I believe most of us are doing this, and if you're not, I want to implore on you to do this now. We open accounts for our kids. Savings account, whether you can open a kids savings account where they will not be able to use an ATM, but if you want to use and this is for the Nigerian kids now, but if you want to use an ATM, the bank can still issue a prepaid card that you load for your kids expenses, but like the savings account literally just stays there for them. You can also open a dollar account, which is called a domiciliary account. It could either be dollar or pounds or euros, whichever foreign currency you choose. So you know how like Naira is not so stable right now. So when you want to save your kids money, let's say you're saving money and it reaches a certain quantity, you just buy dollar and put in that account, or buy pounds or buy euro and fund in that account. By the time they grow up, they already have like bare money. Imagine you're saving like $100 for your kids every month. So by the end of the year, they have about $1,200 already, and they're like just 1 year old. So imagine like over the years, and like if you earn more, you can save a lot more for them. They'll be able to use this account to like do stuff in future instead of chopping their money. So if an uncle and auntie dashes your kid maybe 50k, 30k, 10k, bulk it up. Once it's enough to change it, you can don't even need to wait until it's $100. You can change it to $50 and just put it in the account. Once it's enough, just change it, put it in the account, and they will thank you later. They will not come on the internet and be asking you, "Mommy, where's my money? Daddy, where's my money?" The fourth one is the fact that old school parents, all they knew is go to school, get a job, have money. That's it. All the only expectations they had of us is to finish school with good grades, get a good job. With that, you be independent, you not need money from them. Bye. It's not bad based on like the era they came from, how they were raised from their own parents' time. But for new school parents, I think a priority for most of us is actually building legacies. They don't just want the kids to just go to school, get a job, maybe to afford a car or two, get a house. I feel like that's kind of a given in this day and age, but you actually want to build legacies. How can you impact on your kids' lives in a way that they would be of an impact to society? You're able to build businesses that would transcend generations to generations. Like Mark Zuckerberg is somebody's child. All these kids, like all these men doing great stuff, they are people's kids. And we are raising the future Mark Zuckerbergs, the future, I don't want to say Jeff Bezos, but you can guess, all the big people doing big things. We're the ones raising those future ones. So how do you build legacies? I think it's a concern for most of the newer generation parents. Unlike the old generation parents, I feel like, oh, we are dreamers, we're this, we like dreaming too much. Just raise kids, be able to go to school, get good job, get first class, get good job, afford the house, live a happy life. Last but not the least, most, in this case not all, but most olden generation parents, old school parents, their kids only got to travel abroad when they became adults, meaning that either they were going to university or on their own, they've made more money, they started going to Dubai, going to this, going to that. But from baby till they reach a certain age, they stay within the home country. If they travel too much, they go to another state, or within the state safe, go to another town. They've tried. They were not big on traveling and exploring, and there's so much that comes to building character, having a good understanding of different cultures and how the world functions, that stems from traveling, and we didn't do enough of that under our old school parents. In contrast, the new school parents, you see baby, 2-month-old baby, 6-month-old baby, 1-year-old baby, they have international passports. They started jet setting, they are jetting out, they are catching flights, they are not catching feelings, they are catching flights. And in case you think, oh my god, like it's so expensive, let me tell you, come, bring your ear, let me tell you, it is not. Babies below a certain age, according to different airlines, you can check out, but most babies, especially under the age of 1, they just pay 10% value of that ticket. So imagine yourself and your husband, you're booking a trip to Dubai, maybe not a romantic trip sharp, you're booking a trip like a holiday to Dubai. Why not carry your kid? Like, they may just pay 10%. If they reach a certain age, 20-30%. When you check it, like most tickets, that maybe a ticket was like 400,000, 500,000, they are traveling for 50k. And I'll keep my child at home. Sorry, you gonna travel the world. Now, at this point, it's not about them being able to remember, oh, when I was 5 months old, I went to so country. When I was this month old, I went to so country. No. Actually, you're able to even build their travel history. As they keep growing, it's easier for them to access different visas because their passport keeps getting stamped. And then you're exposing them to different cultures. They're tasting different foods that they would not necessarily have tasted if they were just in one country. And it's not like, okay, once they reach 1 year, they stop traveling. You keep building it on them, and then you're able to grow a rounded kid with a good understanding of how the world at large works, different cultures. They easily blend in different environments, in different situations, rather than just like closed off kids that only know their immediate environment. So on the basis of these few points I mentioned above and analysis I made, I would actually vote for new school parents. I think we rock. We're not perfect. I'm sure our kids will later come and critique what we're currently doing, but I think it's a lot more progressive compared to what our parents did. And I want to encourage all parents out there, current parents to be, you got it. Don't be scared. Don't feel like, oh, am I being too modern? Am I being too futuristic? Who's gonna change the world? Your kids. So start doing the right thing, start making the right decisions, and don't close them off. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you reached this point, you are a real OG. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much. If you're not yet, please do press the subscribe button. It helps me so much. It tells YouTube to tell other people that we do good stuff here and we get more visibility. So please like, share, comment, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.